Welcome, beautiful, beloved souls. Because I was away yesterday, like I explained, somebody reached out to me and asked me to try and contact a deceased loved one, and that took up a day and a half because I really wanted to honor the memory of this person, and I wanted to get as much information as possible. So because I did that, I've decided to do 2 videos today. My name is Gem Stone. I allege that I'm a psychic medium, and I am definitely an author on this channel. You will find I don't fit a particular niche. I look at anything and everything through a lens. I especially concentrate on subjects to do with consciousness. Okay, I'm going to offer this again. As a psychic medium, I can remote view and I can channel. And if you would like these PDFs, I'm offering them for free. You've got nothing to lose, guys. Just a bit of time to send me an email and I'll get back to you within 48 hours. I'm offering them for free until Sunday, the 21st of June, 5 p.m. So come on, get them. You've got nothing to lose. And I've got a question for my audience. Because I do 90% commentaries, 10% PowerPoints, would you prefer commentary, or are you happy, or do you want PowerPoints? What would you like? Let's get into it. Last look. I'll show you again. All right. The title is Dissecting the Spiritual Loophole. Did we ascend, or did the prediction fail? A couple of weeks ago, I created a presentation discussing the Brazilian psychic Ana Goncalves Leite, or Late, better known as Bahaina, who has attracted international attention after claiming to have dreamt that a large alien craft would appear during a football match involving Brazil and Scotland on June the 24th, 2026. As many of you know, I have no interest in attacking psychics, mediums, channelers, or experiencers. I have spent decades exploring these subjects myself. I've written books on spirituality, discussed my own unusual experiences publicly, and even shared dreams that I found compelling. In fact, some of you may remember that only recently, this was a few months ago, I discussed a strange dream I had involving what appeared to be an alien invasion scenario. But there is an important difference. I presented my dream as a dream, a symbolic experience, something worthy of reflection and analysis. I did not present it as a guaranteed future event. That distinction matters because today I want to discuss what I call the spiritual loophole. It is one of the most fascinating phenomena in spirituality, prophecy, channeling, and prediction, and it raises a difficult question. When a prediction fails, did it really fail? Or has a loophole been created that allows the prediction to survive indefinitely? The prophecy that never fails. Throughout history, people have predicted extraordinary events. The end of the world, the arrival of saviors, planetary ascensions, mass UFO landings, pole shifts, global awakenings, cosmic disclosures. The date comes, the dates go. And remarkably, many predictions survive even when the event itself does not occur. How? The answer is often surprisingly simple. The prediction evolves. What was once physical becomes spiritual. What was once visible becomes invisible. What was once literal becomes symbolic. The goalposts quietly move. The prophecy remains alive, and something emerges stronger than before. The Ascension example. Many people in the spiritual community remember the excitement surrounding various ascension dates, particularly 2012. Some believed humanity would experience a dramatic shift in consciousness. Others expected physical manifestations, mass awakenings, open contact, a transformed world. Then the date arrived and life largely continued as normal. But something interesting happened. The narrative adapted. We were told the ascension occurred on another level, a vibrational level, an energetic level, an invisible level. Now, to be fair, that could theoretically be true. None of us possess perfect knowledge, but from a critical thinking perspective, a problem emerges. How do we distinguish between an invisible success and a failed prediction? That question matters, because if every outcome confirms the prediction, then the prediction can never be tested. And if it can never be tested, can it ever be verified? The alien ship over the stadium. Let's return to the current prediction. Suppose June the 24th arrives. The football match occurs, and no alien craft appears. What happens next? There are several possibilities. One explanation might be the timeline changed. Another, humanity shifted onto a different probability line. Another, my spirit guides intervened. Or perhaps the dream was symbolic rather than literal. Notice something remarkable. Every explanation preserves the original claim. The prediction survives. In some cases, the predictor may even gain credibility. Followers may conclude that the disaster was prevented, that prayers worked, that spiritual intervention saved humanity. Ironically, a failed prediction can become evidence of success. This is what I mean by the spiritual loophole, a system where every possible outcome reinforces the belief. The paradox of the heroic prophet. There is another psychological element worth examining. Imagine a prophet predicts a catastrophe. The catastrophe never occurs. The prophet then explains that their warnings helped prevent it. Suddenly, they become both predictor and savior. The very absence of evidence becomes evidence, and the audience may feel gratitude rather than skepticism. This isn't necessarily deliberate deception. Many predictors genuinely believe what they are saying. Human beings are extraordinarily skilled at constructing meaning, especially when emotionally invested in belief. The disclosure age. I also wonder whether we are currently living through a unique cultural moment. For decades, UFOs occupied the fringe. Today, they appear in mainstream news, government hearings, documentaries, podcasts, social media. The word disclosure has become almost unavoidable. Because of this environment, I think many people are unconsciously absorbing expectations. Dreams become colored by disclosure narratives. Psychic impressions become interpreted through disclosure narratives. Channeling becomes filtered through disclosure narratives. Even ordinary anxieties may be dressed in extraterrestrial clothing. This does not mean all experiences are false. It simply means cultural expectations influence interpretation, and that has always been true. A medieval visionary might see angels. A modern visionary might see extraterrestrials. The underlying experience could even be similar. The algorithm loves the apocalypse. There is another force at work. The algorithm. Social media platforms reward attention, and attention is often captured most effectively through fear, urgency, and certainty. A title that says, "I had a strange dream," may receive modest interest. A title that says, "Aliens will appear over the stadium on June the 24th," spreads like wildfire. The algorithm doesn't evaluate truth. It evaluates engagement, clicks, shares, comments, arguments, outrage, speculation, fear, hope. All of these fuel visibility. Whether the claim is accurate becomes secondary. The human need for meaning. I don't think the popularity of these predictions comes from stupidity. I think it comes from longing. Many people feel the world is unstable, divided, confusing, spiritually disconnected. A dramatic prophecy offers certainty. A cosmic event offers hope. An alien arrival offers answers. The promise that everything is about to change can be emotionally comforting, sometimes more comforting than accepting uncertainty. And perhaps that is why these predictions endure. They speak to a deep psychological and spiritual hunger. The middle path. So, where does that leave us? For me, the answer lies between blind belief and cynical dismissal. Remain open. Remain curious. Remain willing to explore unusual experiences, but also remain willing to question, examine evidence, track predictions, notice patterns, ask difficult questions. A genuine truth should survive scrutiny. If a prediction succeeds, acknowledge it. If a prediction fails, acknowledge that too. There is no shame in being wrong. In fact, being willing to admit error is one of the strongest signs of intellectual honesty. Final thoughts. As June the 24th approaches, I am less interested in whether an alien ship appears over a stadium than I am in what happens afterward. How will believers interpret the outcome? How will skeptics interpret the outcome? Will the prediction be considered fulfilled, failed, postponed, transformed, or relocated into another timeline? The answers may teach us more about human psychology and spirituality than the prediction itself, because sometimes the most interesting mystery is not the prophecy, it's the loophole that allows the prophecy to live forever. And perhaps true discernment begins when we become willing to ask, did the event happen? Or did we simply find a new story to explain why it didn't? If you are going to drop a comment, please do so with respect. I will not tolerate hateful, mocking, or anything negative. That comment will be removed. I believe that the world was less judgmental, less biased, less prejudice. It would be such a better place. And I ask that you please be kind to each other. Smile at a stranger. You might just save someone's life. Again, I'm offering these PDFs for free. Now, please take care of yourselves because you matter. You are special and you matter to me. Cherish every moment. Love, light, and blessings. See you tomorrow. Bye.